but it's actually a little bit more out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get this tool, get all these rectangles, go down the middle, so, and it should, of course you're not going to select my stuff. Nope, you don't want to work with me, so whatever. Okay, that's not wanting to select, so we're just going to do it the old-fashioned Paint Live selection tool. Alrighty, and I'm going to go ahead and do an inner extrude, just ever so slightly. And oh, I gotta undo that because I didn't preserve my groups. So do the inner extrude ever so slightly. We're gonna do an outer extrude ever so slightly, and then I'm going to do another outer extrude ever so slightly, another outer extrude, and then do an inner extrude. There we go. Now, when I actually go ahead and throw this inside a camera, it's going to give me a little bit of a light. Let's check to see how this looks. Looks like it's a little bit too much. So we are going to undo that. Probably get away with that. Let's see where we're at with this. Oh, I like that. It's a lot more subtle. Yeah, so it looks like I just went up that really tiny extrude. That's really all I needed because it's not it's not very thick. It's a very subtle way to model that. All right, so I have that done, and what I'm going to do is let's check this out. We're going to check out the our edge flow here on the bottom, because there is a couple holes here. Okay, so the holes are not too bad. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it. Okay, so this is what I am going to do with this bottom hole, and let me pull up see if I can pull up the actual images. I think I have them somewhere. Maybe they're on my desktop, probably. Okay. All right, I do have them on my desktop. Okay. No, I didn't want to. Well, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm talking about here is that what happens is I have these lines that go like this, and I have this dips it down a little bit, and then this is kind of like a little screw plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the screw plate into NURBS, just like we do, like I did with the front hole and the knob plate. And what I'm actually going to do with this is that I'm really going to try to see if I can create a like if I'm going to get an indent with that, like with a bump map right there. That's what we're going to do. We're going to add a bump map right there. And then I'll probably make this into a bump map also. These holes, and I'll put the screw in there, and actually probably make these into the bump maps could actually be a displacement also. So we'll probably work on these. These will actually be textures, but I'll have the screw modeled out itself, and I'll just work on making this into a hole. But to actually be able to see down into it, we're going to go ahead and work on making the hole itself. Alright, looking at the image, I'll turn the knobs. Okay, so it is like right about here. And we'll just kind of work on this. We'll make it the hole be in this polygon itself. Now this is not going to be 100% on, and we'll just make sure that I believe the faceplate is right here. Okay, so yeah, this hole is going to be right in this area. It's actually up a little bit, so to get that working, I'm going to go ahead and look at the top view, and actually want to look at the bottom. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and, of course, make some cuts with my knife tool. And I'm going to kind of eyeball this a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it is a little bit closer. So this is right there, and the hole's right there, and we'll probably put one right there in the middle, and one in the middle. Right. Oh, what the hell happened there? Don't make sure that, okay, so cut all the way right there. That's fine. Okay, cool. So maybe it was like it wasn't rendering it correctly. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to get rid of these 4 polygons, delete, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually we will make another cut just because I don't want to mess with the edge loop right there. So we're gonna make another cut right there, and we're gonna put this object, this hole inside the middle of it. We're going to take that out, and we are going to go to our vertices. I'm going to select all 6 of these vertices. There we go. I got all 6 of them. I'm going to get the scale tool, and I'm going to scale them down this way. Oh, the other one. There we go. Right there. Now I can actually go ahead and we will select just the corners, and then we're going to scale those down a little bit more. kind of a round object. Work on making this round by just selecting the vertices, scaling them. All right, that's pretty pretty straight. And then if I really wanted to, I could actually go ahead and, like we said before, just bring these cuts in. They're not really harming anything too much right now, so I wouldn't worry about it. Because they look pretty decent on the actual model itself. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a top view again. I'm going to create some circle NURBS, shrink it down, change my display to so I can see what's going on with that. And we are going to position in Y. Or actually bring it down. There we go. Alright, so go ahead and scale it. I'm just going to try to get around this little corner. Okay, so here's that. It's going to have alright, get the loft tool, bam, throw this in there. Alright, actually, you know, before we do that, we're going to go ahead and name this bottom hole and throw that in there. One. Yeah, alright, so we'll actually, just because I don't feel like renaming things, I'm going to make about 4 of these. Make 1 more. If I don't need the other one, I won't. Okay, so here's this one, bottom hole 1. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to work on this in perspective mode. But first, we're going to bring this loft. Take all these and bring them down. Actually, probably just select these rings and then bring them down. Alrighty. We're going to bring it down first because I'm going to have it emerge through the actual hole. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to bring it up. And we're going to turn off the caps, the starting cap, turn off none. Alright, so there's that. I need the next one, throw it in there. And it's going to there we go. Alright, and what we're going to do is I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. And we're going to bring it down. And then they're going to have another one. And this one.